Hey, y'all. This is a longer story than what I'm going to share. God ministered to me um, regarding a certain group of people that I have been talking about for years now, off and on for years. And God said to me, He said, Go, He said, there's a strong man that's holding the people hostage that I have shown you. And I knew God meant that He had shown me in a dream years ago that I would meet a group of people that would chase me all around everywhere I go. And it's a long story. I wasn't always saved. Okay, I'm sure I made some enemies even um, as a child. I'm sure we lived around a lot of gangs and things like that. My family was in gangs. I mean, my mama, she wasn't in a gang, but she was an Eastern Star before she got out. It was some trouble, you name it. Okay, I can't tell you where it came from. However, God knew what was going to happen, and He knew that He wanted me to carry the assignment. Not because I'm all that, because the Lord knows I'm not, but He chose me. So this is many, many years ago, and I'm going up into the time that God began to prepare me to come to Him, and He gave me a dream, and the dream consisted of a lot of human. No, they were half human and half demon, and they were following me, was chasing me up and down a long flight of stairs. Okay, so to make the story short, over the years, God has been um, showing me that this is the group of people that He showed me in the dream. So the dream that God gave me, it came to life. Okay, it came real life. In fact, there was two dreams that He gave me, and when He gave me these dreams, He said, I want you to remember Joseph. Okay, so that's a long story. That's another part of the story. But I came to tell this part of the story because God ministered to me a little while ago, and He said, there's a strong man that's holding the people that I showed you, that I have shown you. Go and tell him to let my people go. And I remembered instantly the story in Exodus about how He sent Moses to tell Pharaoh to let his people go. So I went to that place in the Bible, and I began to read it, and I'm like, okay, God, I will. And so I went on social media and I began to prophesy what the Lord was saying, say. And after I did that, it was a little while after that, and I was just scrolling through my phone, and I came across a post that said, it's not that Pharaoh won't let the people go, it's that the people won't let Pharaoh go. And I said, God, you did not say that. You did not say that. That is not. So instead of me getting frustrated, I just went back and I just began to pray. I said, God, show me what it is that you're saying. What is it that I do from here with this? Because that's not true. And so the Lord led me back to Exodus, and I began to read it. And we got to the place, I think it was like the 7th verse. We got there, and God began to show me, after He had sent the different plagues to Egypt, Pharaoh was angry, and his people, Pharaoh's servants, came to Pharaoh and spoke in his ears and said, how long will this man scorn us? Talking about Moses. And so, because God has sent Moses to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. And so, he said, Pharaoh's servant said, let the men go. Let the men go serve their God. And Yeah, that's what he said. And so I said, oh God, okay, these were Pharaoh's servants. But you didn't send Moses to get Pharaoh's servants. You sent Moses to get your people. I got the revelation. So I'm here to say, to respond to that post, you're absolutely correct. It's not that Pharaoh won't let his people go. It's his people won't let him go. You're absolutely right. But that's not the message. The message is that God sent Moses to tell Pharaoh to let God's people go, to let his people go. And his people are waiting on him, even though they got some miscommunications going on in their emotions and in their minds. They want to go, but God understands that. What I'm here to comply to that message, to that post, is again, you're absolutely correct. Pharaoh's servants will not leave him. They will die with him first. And that's just how it happened. And so God said, there's a strong man of today that's holding my people hostage. God said, go and tell him to let my people go. I had no idea that God was going to name this person strong man, but he just spoke it out of my mouth. There's a strong man, that's holding my people hostage. Go and tell him to let my people go. Listen, I am now speaking to the people of God that I had did a post, a video that said, you're not a Christian. There's nothing you do that says you're a Christian, and yet you belong to God. And the Lord did let me know before he sent me out to begin to deliver the messages. He said, remember, and I remember the day so well. I was so angry at this group of people because they were following me and they were doing things on the expressway, and I didn't know what I know today. And it was as they were trying to make me have an accident or run into me. And I had gotten off at 159th Street and I pulled into the Burger King, and I needed to breathe, because it was so scary. And so I don't mind saying I was scared. I'm human, and so I got so angry, and I began to cry out to God, and I began to say some very bad things, to God, letting him know, how they are, and this, that, and the other. And the Lord spoke back to me, and he said, you're speaking out of flesh. Stop. And I'm crying, tears is rolling down everywhere. And I'm like, what? And God reminded me before he brought me over to him, he said, he just began to remind me the things that he's done for me, the grace and the mercy that he gave me, and things that I was a Hellcat, okay? I was in my own, you know what I'm saying? So nobody but Jesus did this thing for me, okay? So the Lord said, stop. And so I did. And he said, remember, daughter, I told you I have children not of this fold. Just like you were not of this fold before I saved you. And I'm like, oh my God. And I began to repent, and it softened my heart so much because God did that. You know what I'm saying? And so the things that the wicked is doing, I cannot move. I can only do what God says do with this thing. And so it don't matter anymore who believe or who don't believe, or who's trying to switch a thing or shift a thing. Or I'm not trying to tell anybody else anymore. The Lord said, come and tell the strong man. God gave me my instructions. So I don't have to be concerned with who says what anymore, or how anybody feels about anything anymore. I thank God. I knew it was a place like this, but I did not know how to get here. And I just kept praying and fasting and consecrating and repenting and asking God to forgive me because I done messed up in this assignment. You hear what I'm saying? I done fell down and he had to come get me and pick me up. I ain't ashamed, y'all. God, where the shame at? In the river? You hear what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I just bless the Lord on today. The Lord gave me for you all that he's coming to rescue. You all that are not Christians, some of you are not Christians. You don't do anything that says you love God. You don't even know him, okay? And that was the second dream that God gave me, where he said, go and tell them about me. He said they are blind, and he gave me 2 Corinthians 4:4. And you guys can go and grab this out your word, go grab it. It's a mighty prophetic word that God gave me, 2 dreams. And these 2 dreams are, the first dream that I'm telling you about now with the strong man is definitely came to life. And then the second dream where God showed me that I would be ministering to this people when he bring them out is actually coming forth right now. And so I just thank and praise God for the assignment. And so the Lord wanted me to give you John 10, the whole chapter, where he talks about he is the good shepherd, and the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I'm asking you to go in and read that. In fact, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read John 10, and hopefully it'll be connected with, well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know that it's connected to this video. Okay? So I'm going to come and deliver that word to the people of God that don't know you, the people of God. And to you that know you're the people of God, but you made a mistake. You did it on purpose. Whatever. I'm telling you, I was somebody that fell by mistakes, and then sometimes I fell by choice. You hear what I'm saying? But at the end of that thing, whichever one of them falls it was, I cried out to God and I said, Lord, I'm sorry, because that thing was a trick. It was trying to kill me. Do you hear me? God is a good God. And to that post, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Pharaoh's servants will not leave him. They will die with him. But we're not talking about Pharaoh's servants. We're talking about God's people. He said, strong man, let my people go that they may worship me.